Why do all crooks think they're going to make a clean getaway when they're really on the road to ruin? This genius in Michigan rammed his way out of a garage, and he's got a souvenir to prove it. Surrounded by police, the Mario Andretti of motorhomes turns the chase into a demolition derby. He smashes into patrol cars, hoping to dislodge the door. Apparently, he left the remote back at the crash site. After rear-ending a couple more cruisers, cops close the door on his escape. If you think that's demented driving, get a load of the lunatic. Fugitives like this 19-year-old robbery suspect like to think that if they just drive as recklessly as possible, it will get cops to back off. But he's got another thing coming. The kid weaves wildly through traffic, hoping it forces the officer to break away. Too bad for him, the veteran trooper has been doing this job since the punk was in diapers. And now, he better hold on to his tighty-whities. Instead of calling off the chase, the officer decides to end it another way, with a well-timed pit. But while this runner's dangerous drive got shut down by the law, breaking the law at number 11. Police close in on a teenage thief driving a stolen van.
Come on, pal.
He's already hit one car, and cops are determined to shut down his wild flight. And Officer Spikes missed the mark. But this hell rider has put himself on a path to disaster. He recklessly swerves into oncoming traffic. And there's no avoiding what comes next.
All right, it's over. It's over. Into a pole. Into a pole.
When a merging truck blocks the road, the rebel smashes into the massive vehicle. Then cracks into a telephone pole. Officers quickly secure the fugitive, then turn to help the trucker.
Come on, Bub. Get you out of here.
He's rattled, but he's okay. This teen menace not only destroyed everything on the road, he also trashed his future.
All right, it's over. It's over.
For some hardcore mechanical mayhem. For policewomen, sometimes the most routine stops can be the riskiest. Trooper Jennifer Howell has just gotten back in her cruiser to write up a traffic ticket, when suddenly a trucker falls asleep going 50. Sideswipes both cars en route to a devastating rollover.
I'm not injured. Stand by, I'll find out about the driver.
Officer Howell keeps her cool, rushing to check on the other victims.
Are you okay?
Luckily, the biggest injury is frayed nerves.
Anything besides your elbow?
In an accident where life and death were only a few inches apart. That's nothing compared to the oversized error. At number 9. In New Jersey, it's actually illegal for motorists to fill their own tanks. This supposedly keeps them from causing accidents at the pump. And yet the Garden State lets any old idiot park an SUV. Cashiers have no time to react as a woman barrels into the front counter. One customer is just mulling over his snack choices when the vehicle takes a bite out of the shop. Inside and out, it's pure pandemonium. As the heap comes to rest, workers check on the driver. Incredibly, she's okay, which is more than can be said for their store. Moments later, an officer arrives. The woman claims her brakes simply didn't work. Though that doesn't really explain why she sped up before crashing. Perhaps what Jersey really needs is mandatory valet parking. Police officers have one of the most unpredictable jobs in the world. One minute you're checking out an accident, and the next minute you're almost roadkill.
I was dispatched to a one-vehicle accident. It had just rained. The roads were wet. This 18-wheeler came in, lost control, and jackknifed the truck.
Officer John Norland and a group of motorists have no choice but to book it.
Everybody was running for their lives. We heard the tires sliding on the roadway. I had to make a split-second decision. There was nothing I could do for the lady that was sitting in the driver's seat of the car, and had to get out of the way myself.
You okay? Anything hurt?
Hard to believe everyone escapes unharmed, including the woman trapped in the car.
I was completely amazed by the fact that everybody was okay. I mean, split-second decisions definitely save lives. I'm glad to be here.
Just goes to show you never know what to expect in the line of duty. But the road to recovery will be much longer for the customer getting smashed at number 11. The young woman in red is just enjoying some miso soup when suddenly Red's only warning is a scream from another table. All she can do is cover her face before getting plowed by the sedan. Her dinner partner immediately runs to her side. And while other victims are able to stumble away, she remains unresponsive. To everyone's relief, she comes to and pulls herself up. Just in time to meet the distraught driver who hit her. Turns out the girl ran a red light and ricocheted off a city bus. Now she could face hefty charges. In the end, 5 people are taken to the hospital, but no one is seriously injured, including the young woman who suffered the worst of it. Still, from now on, she'll probably just get takeout. Nothing like a runt-side with number 20. The teenage Turchik brothers and their pals are psyched. This boys' night out just keeps getting better. Not only are they free from the watchful eye of their parents, but just outside, a pair of strangers are giving them a little grown-up entertainment.
There was a lot of yelling going on, so, you know, of course I'm going to turn my head and see what's going on, and then it just escalated from there.
The friends keep gawking, while outside, angry words turn into a flurry of fists.
This guy ran up on the car and he started just punching him.
Chris and his younger brother, Bradley, think it's just like having dinner in a movie. Too bad this action flick is in 3D. Let me go! In the struggle, the driver guns his engine and loses control. Suddenly, Bradley finds himself trading in his meal for a V8.
My brother, he just got up because he didn't know what was going on, and he got hit like 10 feet back into the wall.
Bradley squirms free from the car's front bumper. Chris also narrowly avoids being taken out.
And then I was just in shock, and I was just standing there like, for real? Like, did this just happen?
But this show's not over. Look again. The man who was fighting with the driver is dragged into the dining room. He dashes off without paying the bill, but when the wheelman tries to follow suit, cops rush in.
We're going to see you now!
But even with a taser shoved in his face,
Don't move that car!
the man takes off.
Get out of the car!
He doesn't get far. His next meal will be courtesy of the county lockup. And now, these teens have an unbelievable story to share with the boys at school.
It went from us watching a fight in the parking lot to being almost killed. It was just crazy how something so good can just turn like that.
What's worse than a night of here's 17? The danger of driving like a wacko is that no matter where you are going, you always end up making a detour. A lead-footed lady spaced out and then lost control right into a mini-mart. Outside, stunned bystanders rush to help. But wait a minute. What's that gushing liquid? Is it dangerous? Is it gasoline? Nope, it's wine. Today, the streets run red with Merlot. Fortunately, no one's been injured. But the airhead caused $130,000 in damages. And a hefty price like that could put any ditz on the straight and narrow. Jacksonville, Florida. During one of the rare lulls at Peacock's Tattoo Parlor, apprentice Sean Balcom is taking a much-needed break.
I stepped outside just to smoke a cigarette. Sit down, smoke a cigarette, it wasn't no big deal.
Little does he know, he's more likely to get tattooed out here. As Sean sits peacefully, an out-of-control minivan shoots from the parking lot and right at him.
I heard his engine rev up, and then the car lunged forward. It missed me by inches.
Another angle shows the devastation in the store. The terrified man jams it in reverse and retreats. He jumps from his vehicle in a panic, and not just because of the shattered entryway.
We have a dummy sitting where he drove through. He thought he hit somebody. because our dummy was sitting on his hood.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. But the driver's explanation may need some mending.
He told the cops that a bee flew in and stung him in the eye. But if you look at the video, all his windows in his van are rolled up.
For Sean, the near disaster won't soon be forgotten. After all, it's the scariest fate a tattoo artist could ever face.
Oh my God, I'm fixing to die by a minivan.
Osage, Manitoba, as these snowmobilers line up for the starting flag. Each has a fierce determination. At number 15. This apartment complex has tried everything to keep non-residents out of their pool. Problem is, hopping the fence is way too easy. Heck, even a drunkard can do it. Houston, the Jaguar has landed. Party boy loses control, jumps a berm, and smashes to a stop in prime poolside position. At least he does the responsible thing and immediately dials 911.
Hi, this is Washington Police Department. How can I help you?
Yes, I think my vehicle was stolen from the Galaxy restaurant. I walked home from there.
Nice try, hotshot. Police arrive and are stumped. How did a car crash here while the outer wall is intact? But a glance at the surveillance video solves the mystery. Now there's just one more burning question. Do they serve Mai Tais at the pool inside the county lockup? Guy who's up to his neck in trouble. Check out number 10. A new hire at the phone company is about to find his first day on the job will be the worst. Even before he can settle in, he's flooded with work. Heavy thunderstorms have overwhelmed the city's sewer system, and the rainwater's creeping into the newbie's office. But in just minutes, this trickle becomes a torrent. The man desperately tries to save his equipment, but it's a futile effort. In the basement, parts of the ceiling give way. And $500,000 worth of computer servers get a liquid meltdown. With the water level rising, the employee retreats to higher ground. Just in the nick of time. The surging flood obliterates the office, dragging everything outside into the deluge. Hopefully the man still has a dry copy of his resume, since this job was a total wash.